Hey folks, John here from OpenOrg. Hope you're doing well. Really excited today to showcase Gandalf, which is a new feature we've built in the Content Hub, which you can access if you're a paying subscriber. So Gandalf does a couple of things. He does really intelligent search, and he scans and scrapes all of the platform content. So the playbooks, the partners, the problems, the solutions from the newsletter, all of our templates, tools and resources, everything that's ever been shipped on Openverse, as well as a kind of very niche, like special HR internet that Adam and I have kind of been whitelisting for the last couple of years. So imagine a really intelligent search mode on top of all of those like curated progressive people and culture resources. That's the first thing he can do. And the second thing he can do is kind of engage in a bit more of a coaching conversation with you, and then use those resources to help you solve specific problems that you might be having in your role with your team in your company. So really quick demo. You can grab him from the side nav over here, or from this big old tile from the dashboard. So clicking in here, and you'll get this kind of little chat interface, which you're probably familiar with from like using GPTs and whatnot. But what we can do with Gandalf is a couple of things. So we've got that search mode and that coach mode. So I'm just going to demo each of those real quick. So search mode is basically like I'm looking for inspo, or I want to find the right resource. So if I do something like show me some onboarding experience inspiration, and I'll ask that in the search mode, what that's going to do is scan all of that like special HR internet that I just kind of talked about, and he's going to be able to really cleverly sort of choose the best resources based on your search. So you'll see here it's kind of deep linking out to the OpenOrg onboarding cookbook from the Openverse. It's then kind of linking to very specific playbooks that are just on this platform. And it's kind of wrapping that in a really nice, sophisticated response that also looks at like who you are, what size of company, what stage of company as well, and just tailors that. And you can see as well, we kind of also share like the most relevant sources down the side here, as well as the most relevant Openverse recommendations, which is pretty cool, we think. And what's also nice is you can kind of like, say you want to, this comes back with like 3 or 4 resources that you really want to check out later. You can simply add that as a little bookmark, and it'll be saved and pinned up here. So that's search mode. We're really excited about this. We think it's really cool, and it hopefully solves that pain point that we've just heard so many times from people, which is like, guys, love what you do, but goodness me, you've got so many things. You've got this great big sprawling ecosystem of resources, tools and templates, and it's a little bit overwhelming. This, we hope, solves that pain point, solves that problem. The second mode, just to demo really quickly, is this thing called coach mode. And you can access it by toggling there in the conversation itself, or you can just like hit a new thread up over here, and it'll kind of give you some prompts, but really you can ask Gandalf anything here. This aspect of Gandalf is actually trained on me and Adam. So this is kind of the way we solve problems, the problems that we've solved for our clients, for our community, for our newsletter readers. So it's kind of got that as like one half of the brain, and then the other half of the brain is that really kind of specially indexed like HR internet that I was kind of talking to you about, which is the OpenOrg ecosystem, all of our stuff, and also kind of a few bits and bobs from other people that we really respect. So that's kind of what he's got in his brain in coach mode. So I won't kind of do the full conversation, but just to kind of give you a little taster, kind of maybe ask him a question. So like, I'm struggling with ENPS, or I'm struggling with team dynamic. And how this is different from search mode is he's going to help you get to the root cause of the problem by asking you some deeper questions and getting a bit of a conversation going to help you kind of think through it. And then at the end, he's going to suggest that next best step to help take you forward. So that's coach mode. And so yeah, this is what we've built. We're really excited about it. We would love your thoughts, feedback on Gandalf. Hopefully you approve of the on-brand naming of this feature. And yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks very much. Cheers.